Okay, do not ski over the edge.
Uh-oh. Oh, JB, you can get closer than that.
Yeah, I think so.
Welcome to Bryce Canyon National Park in wintertime. This is my favorite time to visit the park. The contrast of the fresh white snow against the park's stunning rock formations is truly magical. Bryce Canyon sits at an average elevation of 8,000 feet and reaches over 9,100 feet at its highest point, Rainbow Point, on the south end of the park. One of our favorite activities in winter is cross-country skiing on the many trails that are well-groomed that lead you right to the edge of Bryce Canyon. Even though the amount of snow is somewhat limited, the snow conditions are generally very good in February, and you won't have much competition getting out to the edge. Essentially, you'll have it all to yourself. What a view. In this video, we will hike the Navajo Loop and the Queen's Garden Trail. It's approximately 3 miles in length, with a 652-foot elevation gain from the bottom. This is one of the most popular hikes in the entire park. The hike takes you past Thor's Hammer, down past Twin Bridges, and then back up through Queen Victoria's Garden, which is really a delight. So stick around to the end of the video to see what that looks like. Bryce Canyon is famous for its colorful hoodoos, spires, and rock towers that seem like a forest of stone. Make sure when you visit in the winter to bring spikes or crampons for your shoes, as it can get pretty icy in places and dangerous without traction.
What did you point out?
See that wall down there is all washed away down there?
Oh, yeah.
Where we used to hike.
You see up there, that wall's starting to give way.
Did you see the guys on the trail yesterday with the drone?
I did not. You're not allowed to have those here.
Right, and Charlie talked to them.
Oh.
And so Charlie was asking the guy on the way in, are you allowed? And the guy said, no way, $2,500 fine each time.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't like that.
About 56 to 34 million years ago, during the Eocene epoch, the area was mostly flat, part of a vast lake and a floodplain. Higher elevations to the west of Bryce funneled sediment down into these lakes, where they built up over time and to form layers of sandstone, limestone, dolostone, and mudstone. The area was mostly at sea level. The park is part of the Colorado Plateau, a large area in the southwestern United States that was once covered by lakes and an inland ocean. Over millions of years, fine sediments were deposited in these waters, eventually turning into rock layers that you see today. These layers were later affected by massive faults in the Earth's crust to the east of Bryce, which helped create the stunning cliffs and formations that we see today.
I have pictures of the kids hiding up in those holes in years past.
The ones around the corner too, right?
With your kids, I think. Hey, you. This is a pretty incredible view.
Weather and erosion, driven by wind, water, and ice, slowly carve these rocks into the dramatic spires and columns that make Bryce Canyon famous. The limestone here is especially vulnerable to chemical weathering, which happens when rainwater mixed with carbon dioxide from the air forms a weak acid that slowly dissolves the limestone. Since not all of the rocks are limestone, they weather at different rates and they create the unique shapes and textures of the hoodoos.
Are we going to Sunrise?
We're going to Sunrise.
The lower pink and upper white limestones you see today in Bryce Canyon are part of the Claren Formation, which includes layers of sandstone and shale with a total thickness of about 500 feet. Over time, the land was lifted and downdropped by faults, pushing the younger and tougher rocks of the Claren Formation downwards against older, softer rocks to the east. Eventually, to the east, the Paria River eroded away the softer rocks and left behind the harder, more resistant clear rocks at a higher elevation. This created the high, flat Ponsigan Plateau. Now, this effect is puzzling at first. If you look off to the east from Bryce Canyon, you assume that the fault downdropped the strata to the east, forming the Tropic Valley. But yet the Claren Formation was actually downdropped on the west side by about 1,500 feet. This is an unusual topographic inversion that forms what geologists call an obsecant fault scarp line, and this is one of the world's premier examples of such a structure.